Hello guys, welcome again. So let's talk about Bitcoin. As you can see here, Bitcoin is, well, first of all, here this is the weekly chart. Let me show you something. The ADX is getting negative here, so the momentum is actually getting stronger to the downside. Of course, as long as Bitcoin is below 100k technically, everything is not good actually. Right now, also the volume is still in weekly chart is decreasing. We don't have any signals or any buy signals here, nothing. Let me show you 3D chart because I'm looking for, well, okay, this is the first green bullish divergence here. We have a volume here. So some volume is actually coming right now. But well, the ADX is positive here. So maybe right now we can say this is the area around between $90,000 to $85,000. Like actually makes sense for me to start buying. That's why, as you can see here, we have this one here, and also in one day chart we have two right now. So we have some well, like kind of hints like there is no like the beginning of a potential accumulation, as you can see here. But don't get me wrong, for example, here we have in all of this area we have multiple accumulation periods, multiple dots telling us or telling me this area, of course, the volume was increasing, so potentially we could see a bounce, as you can see here. So that's why even we have this, we don't have volume, as you can see here. OBB is trending to the downside. ADX is actually very strong right now. And be careful here because even we have a potential buy signal here, for example, this week, it could be actually a fake out. Very easy because we don't have a bullish divergence, we don't have nothing here. So that's why I will be careful here. Now, one more thing here is like some people, they think actually this this one is actually support around $90,000, 91, around this area is support. I can tell you something, based on volume, profile actually is not correct. Actually the key level of support was around here, this area between around 97, 94. And as you can see here, Bitcoin is trading below there. So that's why the only area for me makes sense actually to see a very strong bounce is around here, around 80, 84, $81,000. This is the area actually I'm looking for. Of course, there is also, there is like a small support here in this area, yes, but as long as Bitcoin is below 97, 98, I mean this area, let me change the color around here. As long as Bitcoin is below the red box, I am not actually bullish. Looking for and I'm looking for continuation still 84, 85. That's my target. Now in the monthly, this is looking like actually reversal. Finally, Bitcoin is reversing. Of course, formally speaking, if you want to see a reversal, like 100% reversal here, you need to see Bitcoin breaking $75,000 around here. And of course, testing the MA55. I think that is not going to be the case. I think Bitcoin will be potentially for 1 year, something like this. Let me show you something like this, and after that bounce here sideways, and after that potential just drop maybe in 2026. Okay, so that's why of course it's possible we could see a crash here, but I think we don't have any examples for Bitcoin doing something like this. This is a very good example, you see. So we have this drop, and after that sideways, and after that the drop to the MA55. So the distance from this bounce here, it was only just 46%, and here right now maybe around, let me see, around 100k potentially, 40%. So actually MA55, I think this is not going to be the target. Potentially could be around the MA100, around $44,000-50,000. Anyway, so as investor, of course, I will start looking for a big buy opportunity here around this area, right? But of course it's gonna take months or maybe 1 year at least. 1 year at least. Now in the short term, let's talk about short term because, well, I am trading, right? You want to trade, so let's talk about this. First of all, let me just wanna remove this one. Okay, in 4-hour chart, we have a bullish divergence right now in OBB and curve, and with the ADX negative here, of course, we can expect sideways or a bounce. Okay, Friday, this weekend is coming, so I will not trade. Basically, I will not do anything. I'm gonna wait for the next 4-hour sell signal here. Yes, something like this, potentially maybe like this, and after that, when I see the MA55 testing the price testing the MA55 in 4-hour chart, if I see the sell signal, I will just continue with another short. Okay. Right now, if you are more aggressive, right now is the time to start looking for shorts. Why? Because as you can see here, Bitcoin is trending in 1-hour chart every time when Bitcoin is testing the MA55, 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 and again MA55 here is following the trend, making new lows. Okay, so you are more aggressive. I think today we will have a new setup here where we will see a sell signal here, and also the volume is actually a joke, right? It's very bad, so that's why there is a very high chance. Also, this setup in 1-hour chart actually could work, where you can see maybe a potential drop again, continuation to the downside. Now let's continue with 12-hour chart. I want to see what is going on in this time frame. We have a potential buy signal here, but we don't have volume. We don't have ADX is very positive, it's very strong. So this is actually a fake out. Careful here. Of course, right now, for example, Solana, altcoins, they are testing support in weekly chart. That's why I am not expecting to see a major crash. I think we have to start, at least in my case, I am not looking for shorts. I am looking for my next swing long position. Yes, I will explain why I'm looking for this. First of all, as you can see here, Solana is testing actually the support. You cannot, at least in my case, I am not testing 1-hour chart. I am not testing, I am not looking for short, sorry. I am looking for longs overall right now, because this area is for longs. This area is for longs, okay? This area is for longs, not for shorts. If you want to short, for example, right now, 1-hour chart is you open your trade right now, well, when you get the confirmation, right? Before you go to bed, right? You just take profits. It's doing something like this, take profits. Don't keep your longs. Why? Because, for example, here, last night, you open a short here, you were in profit, and when you wake up, you are in loss right now. 1-hour chart is very important. Remember, when you just hit and run, just enter in short and long, you wait maybe 6-7 hours, and after that just get out. Okay, 1-hour chart is for that. Okay, 4-hour chart is for maybe a couple days. Okay, you want to trade in 4-hour chart, as you can see here, it's the MA55. You have to wait for maybe 1 day or two, and after that you see the result, as you can see here. So it's gonna be the same thing. When you see the MA55 tested here in 4-hour chart, potentially not now, I think it's gonna happen maybe next week. I am expecting first $85,000 around this area, maybe one more leg down, like something like this, and after that, a very strong bounce. Yeah, but as I said before, in short term, Bitcoin is actually trending. Now, let me tell you something else. In 1-day chart, officially, Bitcoin is in downtrend. Okay, it's officially in downtrend. So, what I'm trying to say here is very simple. If we have a buy signal here with ADX negative, the ADX negative, something like this, with a buy signal here, the target is gonna be always the MA55 in 1-day chart, so the next 10 days, something like this. We have the price here doing sideways. We have the buy signal in 1-day chart, and after that, the MA55 is gonna be the target. And here is when following my system of trading is when you take profits. We take profits. It doesn't matter. We don't hope, we just follow a system. We take profits here, and here we open more shorts looking for continuation, right? It could be the same area or maybe downtrend, okay? Or the next one. For example, here. Let me show you here. Bitcoin actually, when I was starting this price action, it was my mistake. I made a mistake. Why? Because usually when you see the price in range, something like this, yeah, when you see this one, when you see finally the asset breaking the previous low, is a warning sign. Not all the time is working, but actually, well, it's quite often. When you see the next bounce, as you can see here, the target was the MA55, and after that, finally, with a sell signal here in curve, we got the confirmation this was a breakdown, you see, like this. So my mistake, you see, even if I have many years doing this, of course I am a human, I make mistakes, right? So my mistake was ignoring, or I didn't realize actually, or I didn't pay attention enough to this move, right? This move, okay? The same thing, it's very common to see these kind of things. Let me show you here. Let me show you another example. I remember in 2021 I did the same thing, but that time actually I got it actually. Let me see, 2025. I think it was here, exactly here. Yes, 2021. Here, as you can see here, Bitcoin was testing the MA55. We saw a bounce, and after that, what happened? Bitcoin broke the MA55. Yes, broke the MA55, and after that we saw a bounce. And this one is a test to the MA55 to keep falling. You see, but you notice here, this is actually Bitcoin was making higher highs right here. Lower highs, but this one is lower than this one. So potentially, most of the time, the next bounce you see is just gonna be a fake out. And as you can see right now, well, we sell signal here in 1 hour, in 1 day chart. We got the confirmation. The short. I remember I opened a short position at $56,000 here, and after that, Bitcoin just crashed to DDK. Of course, these kind of setups, they are not very common. You will see them very often, but you will have to wait. Okay, now let's continue. Let's continue with, let me see the comments. Sure, okay, Bitcoin is touching the MA21. I don't know, man. I don't use the MA21. I don't use it. My system of trading is always the MA55 and MA100. So I don't use MA21. For example, right now, following my system of trading, right now, Bitcoin is testing the MA55. So when I see the sell signal, yeah, I will consider opening a short position, look here, and potentially looking for continuation to maybe around a new low. This time potentially could be $85,000 or 86. And from there, when you see Bitcoin around 86, 85, if we see that, be careful, please, because that actually the area is extremely important. It's a very strong support, okay? Don't short. Don't short that. I mean, for me, even right now, it's a little bit risky shorting right now. In a swing short, I'm talking about like just shorting and let it be for 1 week. No. Right now, if you want to short, it's in the short term 1 hour chart, maximum 4 hour chart, that's all. Because right now, Bitcoin is approaching to the major support here. This area is a very important support here, $85,000, $80,000. It's extremely important, this support, because if Bitcoin breaks this support, you will see a major crash to $60,000, 65, okay? So that's why I am not expecting that. Honestly, I'm expecting here to see a bounce, and potentially the following months, we could see another range, maybe 3, 4, 5 months, where Bitcoin could do something like this, right? Major drop here, and after that a bounce here, and sideways here, maybe around $95,000, $97,000 around here, and after that continuation to 60K, around something like that. Yeah. Of course, I could be wrong. That's why, but be careful here, okay? In the big picture right now, this is not the time to keep shorting Bitcoin. At least swing shorts, no thank you. Swing shorts, they were here around maybe 116, 120, but well, and just only few people can actually wait that long. Usually people want to just make profits as soon as possible, right? So that's why I will be careful here. Okay, now let's continue. Let's continue with the comments. Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Thank you for coming and joining here. So, could you XML? Okay, yeah, sure. Let me see XLM. Okay, XLM. First, I want to see XRP a little bit first. Doesn't support. As I said before, as you can see, you can see here XRP testing here $2, breaking $2 is game over. you will see another leg down. I think XRP is gonna break down. Yeah, definitely yes. It's gonna do that. We have a sell signal here in the monthly actually. All the space, all the crypto space is getting ready for a major correction. Yeah. But let me see. Yours in 4-hour chart, I think. Could you tell me your time frame? In 1-day chart, for example, right now is testing support right now. Yeah. Technically speaking, this is the area we want to buy, right? This is the area. Yeah, around between 22 cents, 24 cents. But if we see the monthly chart we have a sell signal. So it depends on your goals. It's a short term right now. It's a buy. Maybe just you are trading futures, right? But you want to buy for holding 1 year, 6 months? No, man. This is actually no. In the long term, 1 year, I'm looking for 0.10. Yeah. So that's why, as investor is different, trading is different. Okay, I don't know your expectations right now, so that's why you have to tell me what is your time frame, your goals. Okay, now let's continue. I'm gonna continue with Ethereum in short term. Ethereum in short term for our chart. Let me see. We have a bullish divergence right now. Here we have a same as Bitcoin. Looking maybe this weekend for 3,200 maximum, but in 1-day chart we don't have anything here. Volume is trending to the downside. ADX is very, very strong, and also this could be a easily a fake out. Okay, very easy. Okay. You are investor for 5 years. Okay, first of all, I don't have enough data to tell you if XML. Well, let me see here. For 5 years, maybe at least, maybe 3 months chart. I don't have enough data to tell you something. I don't have enough data. Yeah, because this thing is just from 2018. It's very young. If you want to trade, you want to hold for 5 years, you need to see your chart at least 10 years of price action. 10, 15 years. In my case, I use maximum monthly. In monthly, there is a sell signal. So 2026, all the year 2026, potentially you could see this coin around 0.10 cents. For example, Solana, the same thing, right? It's very young. It's since 2020. Yeah, there is not enough data. It's very young. They are very young. Maybe in the stock market you can do something like that, maybe, but because they are very old, right? 20 years of data, but with crypto it's very difficult. I think the only one is Bitcoin. 3 months, let me see, 3 months. Yeah, with Bitcoin is the only one. And actually Bitcoin is not doing good, actually. We have a massive better variance since 2019 forming right now. So Ethereum, same thing, you see. 2017, 2021, this chart, let me see here, this one. 2019, yeah, it's actually very young. Maximum for crypto, I think, is just 1 month. 1 month, and that's all. Okay, I would suggest, like, instead of thinking like 5 years, I will suggest, it's very simple. The rule is very simple. When you see Bitcoin crashing 60-70%, it's the time to buy. When you see Bitcoin breaking the previous all-time high, in average, you have to wait maybe 1 year, 1.5 years. For example, every time when Bitcoin is breaking the previous high, every time when Bitcoin is breaking the previous high is when you have, technically speaking, your alt season. Okay, so the next alt season is when Bitcoin in the future is breaking, if this is the top, 126. When you see Bitcoin breaking 126 new all-time high in the next cycle is when you will have your alt season. That is actually, it's very easy, right? Very easy. But also one more thing, when you see you want to buy cheaper, when you see Bitcoin crashing 60-70%, there is a very high chance your altcoin, your favorite altcoin, is very cheap and it's the time to buy. Okay, usually it's every 4 years. Okay. Okay, now let's continue. I'm gonna continue with the stock market. In the stock market, let me see. The stock market. Let's talk about the SP 500 here. SP 500. Let me see 1-day chart. 1-day chart is actually very good. Looking for a bounce. Follow the trend. The trend is your friend. And as long as we have this sideways here, you could see a bounce here because we will see a buy signal very soon. It's very funny because I was watching the news yesterday, sorry, this morning, and you know what they do in the news? They go to 1 minute, 1 minute chart, and because in 1 minute everything is moving very fast, right? Oh my God, the market is crashing. You see, the market is crashing. Oh, you see how? Oh my God, seriously, like, my God, in the news always they want to share something like, oh my God, it's crashing so bad. You see, only 1%. Yeah, sure. It's very funny for me, at least for me. Okay, let's talk about silver. Silver, first of all, silver is very bullish. It's very bullish. I am bullish here. Remember what I said to you last year, 2024. This is actually consolidation here. This is consolidation, and after that you will see. I'm expecting actually a breakout. That was long time ago here when I saw this buy signal here, and the trend is your friend, as you can see here. Right now, this thing is gonna keep pumping, at least another 2-3 years. Yeah. Actually, I'm very bullish as well with gold. Gold is extremely bullish. I don't know what is going on here. Maybe a country, companies, whatever, but everything is bullish here. Not just only 1 month. If we go to 6 month chart, this is actually massive bullish. It's super bullish. The last buy opportunity was in 2018, as you can, and since then, gold is actually doing very well. Like right now is 200%. So in general, when you see metals performing so good, is because well, market makers, institutions, countries, they are expecting something wrong. Something is going to be bad in the markets. Okay, I started doing this in 2012. One thing I want to share with you guys is I just started doing the same thing as you. I was following news. I was following what the president is about to say, the countries, all the media, magazines, and that kind of things. And I have to tell you something. That is the best way to lose all your money. Okay? If you really want to make it, trading, seriously, it requires time, a lot of sacrifice, same as a normal career. Same as you want to become a doctor, software engineer, whatever you want to do, trading is exactly the same thing. One thing. And the second thing is trading is not gambling. Okay? If you buy something in the stock market, crypto, whatever, just because you follow the news or the fundamentals or whatever, well, okay, at least it's up to you, right? But if you don't have a plan, for example, risk management, how much money you're willing to lose, the time you're going to wait, potential exit prices, you are just gambling. You are not trading, you're not investing, you are just gambling, hoping for the best. I don't want to be rude or something like that, but if you want to hope, you can go to the church, okay? But here we are, here trading is a business. So I'm telling you this because I got some DMs last night. Some guys asked me, hey, I am losing, but in my paper trading, I am doing very good. But with real trading, it's actually very bad. Why? It's very simple. Because paper trading is going to tell you the theory. You know the rules, you know the patterns maybe, you follow, you know the system. But something you didn't work, and actually 90% of the people, they don't. That's why they lose money and they have a mess in their own life, is they cannot handle their emotions, okay? So 70% is psychology of trading, 30% is your seasonal trading, okay? 70%. Now, in a real life scenario, real cases, if your life is a mess, right? And you know your life is a mess, whatever situation you are right now, don't trade. Don't trade. Because emotionally, from that perspective, you would not be stable. And the only thing you are going to do is you're going to follow your emotions and you are going to lose money. Yeah? If you think about it, the worst decisions you can make in your life, not about trading, in your life is based on your emotions. Okay? You don't want to see the reality. You don't want to see what is actually happening. It's up to you. It's your decision. But you must, if you really want to make it in trading, you need to accept the facts. Yeah? For example, in my case, I want I want to give you an example. Bitcoin right now. The media 1 month ago, they were calling for Bitcoin at $1 million, right? Right? And if I am very emotional, like many people, I will just buy here at 100K because from 100K to 1 million is the next, correct? Yes. But why people want to buy here when it's on 100x, but why people they don't want to buy when actually everything is crashing and everything is doing very bad? Why? Yeah. The markets are emotional, okay? Everything what you see in the charts, actually, mostly all the people, retailers especially, they just buy because they follow emotions, news, or they want to apply the famous, I really hate that, the DCA, just you buy $100 per month from the next 10 years and you will be a millionaire or whatever. That kind of mindset, actually, in my opinion, is very stupid. So that's why, if you really want to take it seriously, this is like another career, okay? But it doesn't matter if you know the theory. The best way of learning, if you want to learn trading, paper trading is fine, but you don't have the feeling, you don't know the feeling what is losing. So when you enter in a real trade and you put money there and you lose money, is where actually you are going to be tested, okay? Because that feeling of losing, people, we don't like that, right? So that's why I don't want to start with this speech, like, but you must embrace failure. And when you're losing a trade and if you follow the plan and you follow the system, you didn't lose. You just were victim of the probability. Because, for example, my system trading here, my system trading has around 60% win rate, 60%, okay? That means 6 trades I will win, okay? I will win. And 4 trades I will win and I'm gonna lose, okay? But maybe for you it's not a lot, or maybe my win rate is not very high, right? Oh, maybe your system is not good. No. The key is not the win rate, the key is the risk management, okay? Imagine in 6 trades, I made in total maybe 400 bucks, okay? But on 4 trades, I lost $1,000, okay? The rest is gonna be minus 600. But why? If my win rate is very high, why I am losing money? Is because the key factor here is risk management. Yeah, that is the most important thing, okay? Risk management. For example, when you enter in a trade, you need to know where is your stop loss, how much money you're willing to lose. Remember? If you don't know this, you don't have a trade. Don't trade, okay? Second thing is about your personal life. When you get a job, a 9-to-5 job, many companies ask you to be able to handle stress, right? In trading, you cannot have stress. You must be relaxed. So that's why the bear market is coming, okay? If you really want to make it in the next bull market, I strongly suggest 2 things. First of all, manage the best time to learn about trading seriously is right now when everything is crashing, because you need to apply your rules, the system of trading you are learning. First. Second, organize your life, whatever in situation you are. Personally speaking, your wife, your girlfriend, your family, whatever. You have to handle your emotions, okay? Your life must be stable, okay? And only after that, you will be able actually to enter in the markets and take smart decisions. If your life is not right now, stay away. Don't do that, okay? Because you are gonna start just trading and losing money, and you are gonna have this frustration, like you cannot actually make it, okay? So that's why it's extremely important. The chart, that's why I said, like, show me the charts and I will tell you the news. I don't care if the president or whatever country is saying whatever. I don't care. I really don't care. For example, yesterday, now in the news, they are calling like Japan is printing a lot of money. My God, everything is about to crash. Really? Okay. Let me tell you something. Following my system trading, I don't care the news. I really give a shit about the news. I follow my system. I spent 7 years building this system, so I have a buy signal here in the monthly. I don't care the news. I don't care. I just follow my system, and my system in this time here, when I was about to print the buy signal here in September, 2 months before, I said in this live stream, hey, this is like this, okay? Because the trend is to the upside. We have a potential buy signal here. The downside here, the pressure of the downside here, this downside is fake because it's very low volume, okay? This is gonna be like this. And now the news came out and said, it's because Japan is printing a lot of money, blah, 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 everything is gonna crash. They say that when finally the move happened, you see? If you keep following news, you will enter late, very late. Of course, maybe you can make money, kind of, maybe, but as a trader, I don't want to enter here when it's testing resistance, right? I want to enter here before of the move, you see? That's the difference, yeah? So that's why I strongly suggest, if you want to learn more about this, let me show you one more thing here. Yes. Let me show you. Go to my website, go to my blog. This is an article, and please read the understanding market phases and also the emotional roller coaster, every trader journey, blah blah blah. And actually, this one is gonna explain all the things I'm telling you right now about the emotional feelings. Your feelings and all the emotional phases here. Please read all of this. Actually, I think it's very good. But the most important thing is that if you want to make it in the next bull market, we have around 1 year. Don't disappear. Yeah, because most of the people I know, I've been doing this for a long time. When the market is dropping, the live streams, the views, the comments, everything crash because people lose motivation. And if you really want to make it in the next bull market, right now is when you have to learn as much as you can, okay? That's all. Okay, guys, so let's continue with Bitcoin. USDT, remember, USDT dominance is the control indicator of Bitcoin. It's very simple. When this one is bullish, Bitcoin is very bearish. So let me tell you something. Technically speaking, right now, we have a buy signal, very strong buy signal with ADX forming here, and this is like this, okay? And not just only that, look at the volume. The volume is impressive, even higher than 2023. This is screaming a breakout. So technically speaking, the bear market is here, okay? The bear market is here, it's actually starting right now. 2026 is gonna be terrible, but if you follow what I said, you must be happy. Why? Because we will have 2026 is going to be the best year to buy everything cheap. Yeah. But you must be patient. That is the most important thing. Okay. And stop gambling. Okay. This is a buy signal hitting weekly chart. Looking for a breakout potential in December, January. Looking for 8% in the long term and a potential continuation. Okay. Careful here because not just only this time frame is firing a buy signal, bi-monthly. Bi-monthly here is the first signal we have since 2000. Well, we never had this signal. It's the first time. So at least 1 year and a half of price action where the market is going to start trending. So what does that mean? Well, we can start thinking at least 1 year and a half of bear market we are going to have here for Bitcoin and crypto space, okay? So that's why. Now, one more thing, I have an announcement. So I have finally, it's official. I got this partnership with Tobit. I'm gonna explain the process in my website, also in the community, and also they are gonna launch a campaign where if you actually create your new account with my code, you will get some actually trial funds and actually many things, actually bonus and many things like that. Okay, especially you're in America, you will be able to trade with this exchange, because actually with this exchange you can actually do that. You don't need to use VPN. I think that's all, guys. That's all. In the short term, again, one more time, 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart, technically speaking, Bitcoin is exactly in the area to start looking for a short positions here. Okay, every time when Bitcoin is at the 55, as you can see here, and here, with plus sell signal, plus sell signal, plus sell signal here, is making new lows. Okay, it's trending to the downside. So right now, technically speaking, in 1 hour chart is doing the same thing. Now, be careful, because there is a bolus divergence in 4 hour chart. Okay, if this bolus divergence is real, we could see around $95,000. Okay, so that's why be careful here. Risk management is extremely important, right? Again, risk management is very important. Okay, it's an example. Let me show you. If you are going to open a short position right now here, let me do it properly here. Short here, yes. How I do that is very simple. Right now, first rule is Bitcoin is testing MA55. Yes, we have confirmation, not yet, but I need to prepare my position. Okay, so where is actually the potential target? Well, first of all, the first target is the previous low. It's around 3%. The first thing I have to see is the risk and reward. If it's above 2, perfect, nice. Actually, it's a very good setup. So the stop loss, usually I like to use between 1% and 1.5%, no more than that. Okay, especially in 1 hour chart and 4 hour chart is 2%, something like this. Okay, so the risk and reward ratio right now is extremely good, 2.50. Yeah, that is actually a very good risk and reward ratio. Now, not because we have this setup right now, we have to enter. We need to get confirmations. When we see the signal here, the AD, we have the curve doing something like this, yeah, and the ADX is still negative. That means it's negative. That means this move is very weak, right? This move is weak. We can start looking for this. Now, in the moment when finally we're in profit, we have to move. We have to go to the exchange and remove the stop loss and move it a little bit below our entry to protect our entry. So in that case, we will not lose the trade. Just we have to pay the fees. You see? I'm gonna do it with this one. Let me show you here. Here. I'm gonna do it here. As you can see here, we have the setup here, right? I am preparing my setup. Bitcoin is testing the MA55. Perfect. Check. Okay. We don't have bolus or variance. Perfect. Okay. It's in downtrend. Nice. Okay. Testing the MA55 in volume. Perfect. Testing resistance. And I know this is the resistance, right? We use the volume profile. Here is the resistance. All of these areas resistance. Remember, resistance is not a number. It's not a line. It's an area. Okay. I know many YouTubers, they are just drawing triangles, rectangles. That is bullshit, actually. Actually, I'm going to release a video later. The title of this video is going to be, if you are starting trading, what not to learn. And one of the things you shouldn't do that is drawing triangles and rectangles and that shit, okay? I will explain why in the video, okay? So this is the area of resistance, okay? So the second thing we have to check, well, the third thing is we need to check if it actually is worth it, right? So from here to the previous low, the distance is 1.5%, 1.5% of potential stop loss. The risk and reward ratio is super good. 3 is number 3, right? It's extremely good. So it makes sense for me to start take the risk. Perfect, okay. So the next thing is just wait. We have to wait. We are waiting more, a little bit more. And as you can see here, it's about to form the sell signal. So in this case, we have low volatility because the blue color of my MA55 is telling me volatility is actually getting higher. So we open a sell position here, yes. And The stop loss here, stop loss is around here, the take profit is in the previous low, okay? Now we continue, and we are just waiting, and we wait. You can watch Netflix, you can do whatever you want, blah, 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 and after that, when finally, you see, we are in profit, the next thing we have to do is remove, or the stop loss is not gonna be a stop loss anymore. It's gonna be just a stop. So we move it, you see, and now it's not gonna be a stop loss anymore. Okay, now let me see, sorry, it's gonna be here. Okay, so the worst scenario is we are gonna make just $90. Okay, you see, $90. Remember, a stop loss in the beginning, and after that you move it and it's a stop. It's not a stop loss. You protect your entry. The worst scenario, you have to pay fees. That's all. But if Bitcoin just pump, we don't care. We just pay the fees. Okay, and after that, just we wait. The only thing we have to do is waiting. Okay, waiting. Okay, waiting. And finally, our target hit. You see? It's very simple, and you repeat the same process over and over again. Don't trade every move. If you trade this move and this move and this move and this move, this indicator is giving you many fake signals. So that's why we follow the trend. The trend is to the downside, right? The trend is to the downside, okay? The trend is to the downside. So following my seasonal trading, you cannot open longs, only shorts, and only you have to consider shorts when the price is very close or testing the MA55. Yep. Only when the MA55 is tested is when we can consider entering in position. Not before, not after, not in the middle. Do you understand? Only when the MA55 is tested. Okay? So right now, specifically, we are exactly in the same in this moment. So I'm gonna apply one more time. First of all, okay, first step, we need to identify, okay, the price is testing the MA55? Yes, perfect, okay. What is the resistance? All of this is resistance, okay, perfect, okay. Using volume profile from $91,000 to 100, and also $92,000 300 around here. Okay, perfect. This is resistance. Let me change the color to red. Okay, good. Now, second thing, ADX is negative. Yes, okay. So ADX is negative. So this move in 1 hour chart is very weak. Perfect. The trend is to the downside. Okay, only shorts, no longs, only shorts. Okay, volume is below zero line here. So we don't have significant volume. Perfect. Okay, nice. The risk and reward. Is it actually worth it? Is worth it to take the risk? That's the question. So right now the price is $92,000 for 100. So from the previous to the distance to the previous low is around $89,000, around here, $88,000, 700. Is the risk and reward ratio is actually 1.2. No, it's because my stop loss is too high. So from here is 1.50 stop loss here, and the risk and reward ratio is 2.6. Very good. Is worth it? Yes, because the risk and reward ratio actually is very good. The only thing is missing here, is the sell signal in curve. When you see the sell signal here, right? Sell signal here, or about to form the sell signal here, like something like this, is when we have to enter. Not now. Not before, not after. Okay? Only when the price is testing the MA55. We don't open longs. This long, oh, but we can trade the bounce. Yes, you have experience and you know what you are doing. After you repeat what I said to you for 6 months, around 100 or 200 times, maybe you can do that. Not before. Okay? Not before. In my case, I do that because I've been doing this for many years. Okay, and even with that, I got wrecked. Even with that, there is no guarantee I will work. I will actually win. Sorry. Yeah. So that's why. If you want to learn my seasonal trading, get ready, because the first step you have to do to understand my seasonal trading, please, you have to go to my website. Let me show you here the content. Well, there is a easy way to do that, and there is a difficult way to do that. Not difficult way, but it's gonna take more time. Let me just 1 second. I'm gonna show you here. Okay. Okay, let me show you here. Here is my website. Let me show you here. Well, sorry, I don't know why I cannot see the full screen, but okay, never mind. So you have two ways of learning my system of trading. Two ways. You can watch 4 years of content where I explain my system of trading in real time, or you can go here and you can enter to the trading courses. How you can get access is two ways. I will explain that after this. First of all, you can read all my notes, 12 years of notes organized. I spent, well, not me, I hired a writer for 3 months, 2 months and a half, and you can read about all my strategies, everything I did in the last 12 years. Very useful, actually. Psychology of trading. In my case, right, it's just a personal thing. I adopted some principles of stoicism because I needed to learn how to control my emotions about trading. It worked very good for me. I don't know if it's for you. You can try something else if you want. But emotional control, developing trading mindset, many things, all of them are coming from my notes, and also the description of all the indicators I'm using in my system, all the content, and also not just only that. You can see actually with an video explainer with all the content. Yes, so if you are using my indicators and you want to learn my system of trading, you can actually learn everything here. Now, what is missing here? There is missing another training where actually I apply all the principles of trading in just only one place. I will record some videos where actually you can learn how to apply my system in real world scenarios. Okay. Now, how you can get access? Well, it's very simple. You are right now supporting in Patreon. Thank you so much, first of all. That is the easiest way right now to access. But also, if you are an active trader right now, you are trading, you can use Bluffing or Tobit using my link in my code. And you create a new account and you can just send me a message and I will give you access to all the content. Not just only all the content, all the indicators, everything. And also you can get access to the private community. And also if you're learning or you don't have enough volume, because in order to keep this access, you have to reach this kind of volume, monthly volume, but believe me, it's very easy. 3x, 5x per month, 3 or 4 trades and is enough. And here you don't have enough volume or you're just learning, you can get access to in a monthly subscription, same as Patreon right now. But yeah, so please just, or just the easiest part. I mean, this is optional. This is optional. You can just learn my system of trading by watching all my videos. I have 4 years of content, so yeah. But it's gonna take time. It depends. It's up to you, right? Okay, guys. Okay, guys. I think that's all. That's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. I'm gonna release my video about what not to learn about trading. Okay. And one thing, I am not perfect. Huh? I am not perfect. I'm taking losses very often, actually, but my losses are very small. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. You need to be careful with your losses. Okay, guys, thank you for watching, and see you in the next live stream tomorrow, actually. Okay, so before I've seen a squeeze momentum extended instead of flipping onto. I don't understand your question. Well, we can talk about it in my next live stream tomorrow, okay? Thank you for watching. See you in tomorrow.